Hi there. Before we get started in the semester proper, I did want to give you a bit of a tutorial on how to use our online homework system. So you'll notice you're looking at our Moodle course at the moment. It's right here. The online homework is conveniently labeled online homework. The system is called WeBWorK. It's created by the Mathematical Association of America. Yes, all of those capital letters in the middle are the way it's supposed to be written. Anyway, so you'll click on the link. It'll take you to a WeBWorK site that MHU hosts. I will do that right now. There we go. It tells me I got to click again. Of course I do. And it gives username and password information. I could log in like myself as instructor, but for these purposes, I'm going to use this test student account. So when you first log in, your password is going to be your username. Your username is first name dot last name, exactly as it appears in self-service. So hyphens, that sort of thing, they're in there. The only thing that I did not put in were blank spaces. So, if there's a blank space in your name, just truncate it, cut it down. All right, so go ahead and log in. I don't want to save test student's password. So you'll notice he's got one homework assignment right here. Needless to say, that is a really insecure password just to use the username again. So I'd recommend that as soon as you get an opportunity, come up here into user settings and change password. You can type in the current one, pick a new one, something that isn't as obvious as just the exact same thing again. You should already have your MHU email address loaded in here. You'll notice test student has mine. That's just for convenience sake. So if you wanted to change the email address, you could. I wouldn't recommend it. I try to communicate mostly through MHU email. Anyway, so talked about that. Let's go take a look at what a homework set looks like inside here. So this guy says it's already open, closes, later on in the week. So click on this guy, and then it takes you to a menu of different problems. You can attempt the problems in any order. So if you get stuck on, problem 1, you can jump to problem 2, that sort of thing. So let's take a look at problem 2 here. So clicking on problem 2, it's thinking. There we go. And we've got a couple of individual problem blanks here where it says convert some root expressions into fractional exponents. So you can type into this. For what it's worth, I do want to warn you that WeBWorK expects you to attempt to answer all problem blanks at once. So if you only answer one of the two, it's going to mark the other one incorrect. You'll see down here at the bottom, we have 3 attempts for each homework blank in general. So here's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to type in x to the, and we'd want to be careful with the grouping symbols. So make sure you enclose that exponent in parentheses, or else the system would think that you're raising x to the 4th power and then dividing the result by 7, which is not what you want. And like I said, to demonstrate this, I'll leave that one blank so you can see that it gets marked incorrect. So if we I really do recommend that you use that button in this setting. So if you use preview, so what I clicked on, just as a reminder there, is preview my answers. So it'll give you, a filled in, answer preview right there. And in this instance, it's actually called an error message. This is one that often ends up kind of tripping students up. So you'll notice that I already have an x right here, and this blank is kind of in the position where I would expect an exponent to be. It only wants the exponent. It doesn't want x to the 4/7. It just wants 4/7. So I'll delete that, do 4/7. Preview my answers. So, and it'll do like a fancy kind of pretty print thing. So you can type in your standard, math commands, the caret shift 6 for exponents, an asterisk for multiplication, that kind of thing. All right, so we put in the 4/7 and we submit. And notice, like I said, you get this green box that says correct because we got that first one right. It did take away one of our submissions because we did not fill in that blank the first time around. So yeah, you do really want to fill those in when you can. So I'll go ahead and put in the 7/4 for that second one, because it does say the fourth root of y to the seventh. We will submit answers. Correct. Yay. I do want to apologize for this. I, in the classroom, do not often use this kind of mixed number format of 1 3/4. I'm not gonna, belabor the point of exactly why at this point. I would normally prefer the what you'd call an improper fraction of 7/4 in this context. Anyway, so we've got full points for that problem. You can see your individual thing here, a score of 100%. So there's no partial credit or anything if you get something wrong the first time or what have you. So suppose you wanted to email me a question about this. You'll notice there's a guy down here that says email instructor. So I click the button right there, boing, and it's got an email. It'll generate this, so it comes from the email address. So I'll type in. So for what it's worth, I would generally prefer that you include a more substantial message than just lol what. But so you type a body into the thing, you hit send email, boing, and it's getting it sent off to me. So all right, let's come back and take a look at the big homework set. So you'll see you use 2 attempts. It tells you how many tries you have left. How many individual points it's worth. Generally speaking, each blank is worth a point. There's a few problems that are skewed differently, but that's all right. And then a status listed over here on the other side. So let's take a look at problem 4 down here at the end. So this one actually some algebraic factorization. So it says factor as fully as possible. So I'll do, let's see, in this instance, it looks like those guys have a factor of 2 in common. So that's going to be y to the 4th. And then I'd be left with 8y to the 4th plus 7. Okay. And so, yep. So we preview the answer, and you'll notice it does kind of a neat, again, like I said, pretty, what you might call a pretty print, rearrangement of that thing. So we have, that guy right there. All right. And now I'm paranoid that I've managed to do something wrong in here. We'll take a look, see what it says. So, yay, test student was right on the first one, so I didn't end up getting something wrong in front of you. One last thing I want to point out. I may, but probably have not given you answers to your homework set. There is some randomization built into the system, so don't just type in exactly what you saw Professor Carroll type into this video without checking, because, like as not, you're not going to get the exact same problems that I've just generated. So I think that's about it for the WeBWorK system. Do not hesitate to reach out to me with questions if there's anything that comes up. So, happy web working.